order. It is 5:01 on October 13th at 5 p.m. Roll call, we got Councilwoman Walters, Michael Powell, Kim Jensen, present. First thing, I would like to make a motion to amend the agenda. I would like to add Linda Turgeon. She wants to address the committee on speaking out about the emergency operations management for the town. Do I hear a second to change it? Okay, so Michael, okay. So we're gonna make that on number 8. So we're gonna, what's that? Oh, all in favor? I'm sorry. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and add Linda. She will be number 8, and we'll be speaking out regarding that new program they want to implement here for the town. Okay, first thing, we're going to go ahead with the fire chief report. Mr. Butler, we're going to put you on the spot here. And I see that you had 31 calls this year, or this month.
This month.
Okay. And I know we've had people that want to break down more of the calls, so I'm going to go ahead and read those real quick, what they're for, okay? So you had 1 call for a fire in a motorhome, camper, or recreational vehicle. 1 was for a brush fire. 4 were for a medical assist with an EMS crew. 1 was for emergency medical services incident. 7 were for EMS calls excluding vehicle accidents with injury. 1 was for a motor vehicle accident with injury. 1 was carbon monoxide incident. 2 were shortened electrical equipment. 2 were assist invalids. 8 were dispatched and counseled en route. 2 were for the alarm system sounded due to a malfunction, and 1 was for the smoke detector activation, so no fire involved. So anyway, that's a little more clear on what the calls were for. Okay? So I'm going to hand it over to you and see if there's anything that needs to be.
All I need, I just talked to you about our budget. We got over half of all of our V-Safe stuff, the grant that we got. All of the equipment, over half of it is in, but we're gonna wait till we get it all, and then we'll do something to show y'all what all you got, put it on Facebook, whatever. We can do that.
That'd be good, because we need to publicize.
We got 1 new Explorer that we're doing the paperwork on now, but we are gonna get him, because he's underage, I ain't gonna mention his name, they said not to, so whatever. All right, the candy, it's a minute thing, but is candy, how y'all gonna do that this year? I know we've been doing in the past. Do I need to get it for the fire department? Y'all get it?
We think we've got it already.
You done got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bagging it. They'll have that ready.
Okay, so you doing that now for the Christmas parade. What we always did for it, are y'all doing that?
Yes, we'll do it.
You are doing it
Right.
going Thanksgiving?
I can't talk, but I'll call you after the meeting.
Okay, all right. Then that's all I really got, but in our next meeting, we got 2 good PR things that we will be implementing, but I want to get everything confirmed before I tell y'all, and then I can't back it up. But at the next November meeting, there's 2 good things that I think y'all will like.
Very good.
It's good PR for us,
Very
fire
good.
department and the town.
Very good. Well, thank you much. I appreciate that. Anything else to add?
No, ma'am. I'm
No?
good.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, we're going to go ahead with the police chief's report. I'm going to go ahead and read that one since Chief Clamp just read that or handed that to me. So for the month, we had 554 calls, 18 reports were taken. Uniform traffic tickets were 0, arrest warrants were 32, arrest warrants served were 20, arrests made were 4, warning tickets issued were 1, animal at large was 1, auto break-in was 1, trespass notice issued was 1, burglaries were 3, civil dispute was 2, fraud and forgery was 2, assault and battery, 3rd degree, was 1, larceny was 8, malicious damage was 1, domestic disputes were 2, and harassment was 1. So that should equal our 18 reports on there, or then so. Or the 5, well, that doesn't equal the 538. But
That was the call.
yeah, that was the calls. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and introduce Chief Clamp. And he's going to go ahead and update the town with any news that you have for us regarding hiring or?
Well, let me start with recruitment. Last Wednesday, I did interview two law enforcement certified Class 1 law enforcement. I've been in contact with the council over both of them. Was still waiting to hear. We're kind of in the early stages of that, but it is encouraging. Like I said, I did interview them. I do have another application turned in, but it's a non-certified. You still got it, but I'm not pursuing forward with it right now. But that's where we at as far as recruitment. We're still out trying to talk to people, call people, and try to get some officers in here because that's first priority. We need some officers. Equipment, things I've noticed that are important. The bulletproof vest. I like to upgrade those and go to more of a uniform type vest instead of the military type. I did notice we have, I think 6 vests is what I've come across so far.
Okay.
Now when you purchase vests, they always come with plates too. The plates is what really makes them strong. I have not been able to find the plates. Don't know where they at, but I do have my hands on the bulletproof vest, but as far as unable to find and kind of look through everything down there, the plates that came with it. So we're still looking at that. So another thing I came across and learned is we don't have cameras in our cars. I don't know many law enforcement agencies don't have cameras in their car. It's a good tool. I mean, they make them now. Anytime you hit your blue lights, the cameras come on. And some of them back up. So when you hit your blue lights, it will back up, I don't know, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, so it gets everything. Very important. That's liability and safety stuff, court.
I think wasn't that some of the stuff that was in that grant that we ended up not getting that we were going to put in there? Okay. So we've been wanting to get that. It just hadn't came yet.
Yeah, I think that's very important. We'll keep looking at that.
Can I ask you something, Chief? On the vest without the plates, can plates be purchased separately? Because, right now our budget's tight.
I know.
That. Can plates be purchased separately that go in those vests, or do you know?
I don't know. I can check on that. I would think so. I would think, because I'm sure at times over law enforcement's career, people have lost them. But I can check and make a call to see if they...
Well, I know they had had plates in those vests at one time.
Yeah, that's what Officer Sibley said also.
Yeah.
But we couldn't find them. So, but I'll make a call.
Yeah, and I think, for the time being, until we can better look at our budget and see what we're going to have to spend.
Correct.
That might be the better way to go at this time, and maybe in the next budget, or maybe even with this one, if we can find the means, we can buy what you're wanting.
And Ms. Walters, the things I'm going to cover, I know that all of it's going to come with an expense, and I know the town, like anything else, has a budget, and I understand that. I'm just, and some of the things I'm throwing out, I just want y'all to know, I know some of them take time. I'm not saying, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that. I know the process, and it's going to take time to get the department where I think we can get it. So when I say something, don't think, man,
I understand.
I just want to make sure you're on that. And I use this for an example too, belts, uniforms. You see what I got on. This was what I honestly got out of a bag, I would like eventually to have something set up here at Town Hall where it's organized. You can have a new hire. You can take them in. Hey, go down to shirt. What size you wear? Get you a couple. Go on down. What size pants you wear? Boom. Get some belts. Hey, here's your belt. Here's your holster. Here's everything that you need for your job, and have it in a place where it's organized. Like I said, right? And I'm not knocking nobody. I don't know if this stemmed from something from when they moved from here back down to the police department, I don't know, but I want us to have more of a professional look. Now, I'm not talking Class A uniforms. That's more like what Mr. Powell's got on, the polo type shirts, a nice looking shirt with Ware Shoals Police Department with a badge, and 511 pants is what mostly you see law enforcement wearing these days. They're very comfortable. Most agencies have went away from Class A to work in them. Most of the time they still have one or two just for funerals or special occasions, but I think that would be far as where I would like to get the department, be very important appearance. I think it says a lot about our department when people see you and you look good. So,
Absolutely.
I will tell you, SLED came by last week. They dropped in. We had called them and talked to them about our inventory, our evidence. They did come in. They went down to the police department. They came up here to town hall and looked at what we have up here. The good news is he said it eyeball wise, just looking at it, it looks okay. Now, his suggestion was wait till we get some more officers and make sure our evidence is in order. And I'll give you an example like he gave me. If he comes in and says we need Article A, we got to show them this is Article A. Instead of having a bunch of evidence and they have to dig through everything, he said no, they just come in, go by the list, and they have to put their hands on it pretty quickly. So we're going to get that done. I talked with Miss Jensen, and this is something again down the road. I would like to look at expanding our evidence room and maybe get what we have up here at Town Hall, have it in one location, in a secure location. I think that's very important. Vehicles, they're in pretty good shape. It's just when they were turned in, a couple of them weren't turned in been taken care of very well. We have one that the cage had been taken out for a dog to access the riding vehicle. Of course, it's got dog hairs and scratches and got some wires hanging out, but when they left, they just put the cage back in there and probably 100 bolts. So we may look at having to get that reinstalled. I think that's very important.
Yeah, we need to have
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
I noticed our ticket books and warning books. All ticket books come from the state of South Carolina. They issue them. They issue them to every department, and you sign for them. They all have numbers on them. And everywhere I've been in the past, when you get a ticket book or a warning book, it is documented. Those numbers are documented. So they know you got this amount of tickets and this amount of warnings. And I would like to implement like it was on patrol. It's so important. We had our ticket books and tickets checked every month, once a month. Even tickets that were set up for general sessions that's been in there for 2 years, we would have to get them out and show, here's the ticket, this is accounted for, this is accounted for. There's a big deal about accountability when it comes to tickets. What I learned has just been handing out, giving out tickets. And I want to implement the change on that. Patrol-wise, this is my third day. I worked this past weekend, or Thursday and Friday, night shift. I'm gonna try to implement just like I've been doing. I've been riding neighborhoods. I'm cutting my blue lights. They're not flashing. They just stay on solid. It's just where you can be identified better.
I like that.
My truck is marked, but a lot of our vehicles are unmarked. I just think it lets citizens know that we're riding in neighborhoods.
Very good.
I have gotten out and spoken to several residents of Ware Shoals. Went by and spoke with the fire department chief, invited me down, went and spoke with them briefly. We still ain't got the two, so I've been in contact with Of course, mostly Greenwood County, but I've also been in contact with Lawrence and Abbeville County. They all agree they're going to try to help us out the best that they can. Sheriff Reynolds came by I think it was last Wednesday, dropped by, check on things, see how things were going, and anything we need, he says give him a call. And I believe Sheriff Reynolds when he says that. I'm working with Rocky right now to get our inventory on all our computers up to dated. This seems petty. Just for example, this is what I've been doing. I've got Terry Carpenter from Greenwood County came up today to try to help me get my laptop up and make sure I got what I need on my laptop. We had to tear the office up just to find we've had some, but they wouldn't work the plugs. It's certain plugs that go. So it's just simple stuff like that. And we're working and moving forward, and we're going to get there. It's going to take us some time. Very briefly, I'm going to be honest with you, I looked over some of the town policies and procedures, not got all of them. I know I think it was Friday night, it might have been Thursday. Anyway, one of those nights I was working about 2 o'clock, I found 3 kids, I think they were 11 years old, walking to town, then snuck out of the house right there in front of the high school, ended up taking them home, and of course let the parent know about the curfew and everything. Looking at the budget, trying to see how we can, what we got available, and like I said, some of my ideas, just going to extend some of that, and willing to work with y'all on those. Now, I got this text last night about 1 o'clock. I should have called you earlier, but Sibley on patrol last night. A deer ran into the side of his vehicle. He didn't hit the vehicle, the deer hit him. Yeah. Minor damage. So I think he said there was a dent that we probably can possibly get pulled back out. Okay. I ain't seen the vehicle besides pictures, and the pictures are can't really see a whole lot. Okay. But nobody was hurt. And like I said, it's very, very minor damage, and that's my report.
Okay, very good. Thank you. I would just like to add, as we move on with the hiring process of the new officers, to like with the background investigation and everything like that, is that we make sure that we have like all the paperwork prior to them like coming and being directed for counsel. Okay, like the certifications, the whole, well, you gave me this one. It was so nicely laminated and I loved it, so I kept that one. Okay. But there is quite a bit of information that needs to be completed along with everything else. If we could do that, mainly the certifications and things like that.
I'm not sure. I can check like a cadence. I don't know how long it takes them to get that information and get it back to you. I don't know if that's something.
Yeah, I think it's like 5 to 7 days, somewhere in there. But just as we go forward, maybe if we were to offer somebody a job, that it be a tentative based on such and such, something like that, because I think that's where we can get into a lot of problems if we don't have that stuff sitting in front of us. We need to know who's in front of us. That's very important. Who are you? That's my whole thing. So as we move forward to the officers, that's what I would like to see anyway, with council, if we can get that.
I agree with that. I will tell you, I talked to Chris Martin. He is, I don't know what the exact title is at Lawrence County, but he's the number 2 man. Is the way very knowledgeable. And he was telling me on a new hire that you're supposed to go back and touch base with every agencies.
That is correct.
That he's been with. So
that is correct.
That will hopefully cover some.
It's a lot, and I don't think that people really realize how detailed that.
But it's very important.
Process. Yes, it is. It's extremely important.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something that was lacking on the past. And it's something that I think as us going forward, we need to be very sure about hiring people and what their background is, that kind of thing, because we don't want any incidents. Yes. We don't want anything like that. So to me, background is very important. I don't care if it takes 2 or 3 weeks. If that's what it does, then then we should be able to get that
Okay.
paperwork in front of us and go. Because you never know who's sitting in front of you.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
I'll have to check with you or the mayor one that's supposed to get Rocky to come up and, like, once again, I hadn't been
Yeah.
set up on everything, so I don't have an email address yet. So.
He'll do
I-
that.
Yeah, Rocky will get that.
Okay.
He'll get all that for you. Yeah, very good. Anybody else have anything to add? No? Okay, we'll move on to Linda. You're up at the podium.
Stay here.
Oh, yeah, you can stay there if you like to. That's fine.
My name is Linda Turgeon, and I reside on Smith Street Extension. And I am speaking on behalf of our community group, Citizens for a Better Ware Shoals. This past Saturday, our group had the opportunity to listen to an informational presentation led by Robert Cribben, coordinator of Greenwood County Emergency Management. The presentation focused on recruiting volunteers to train with the American Red Cross in managing an emergency shelter during times of crisis or need. Based on the valuable information shared, we would like to collaborate with the mayor and public safety to develop a plan for designating the Larry Trainum Center, a Greenwood County building, as an official emergency shelter. This facility would serve as a safe haven for residents during emergencies, extreme weather events, and other situations as determined by the mayor. Shelter operation volunteers will be trained by the American Red Cross at no expense to the town, and the Greenwood County Emergency Management will provide the essential resources such as cots, MREs, and other necessary supplies, also at no expense to the town. This initiative ensures that our citizens have a reliable, accessible place to go if displaced or in need of shelter during critical times. We respectfully request your support in helping to make this vision a reality. With your backing, we can make meaningful steps toward protecting and serving our community when it matters most. Thank you for your time and consideration. We look forward to working together to build safer, more resilient Ware Shoals.
Great, thank you, Linda. I went to the meeting on Saturday that they had over at the senior center. It was very informative, and I think it's a great idea, and I'd like to refer it to council, to full council for that, because they wanted to get people, volunteers in and train them ahead of time, get them CPR certified, first aid certified, get some type of an emergency plan laid out in case we ever do have another hurricane. And at least we're going to know what to do. Here it is, it's all laid out, and we're going to go from there. I think it's an excellent idea of being that.
You, Chief Butler, had at one time said something about that on the emergency.
Yeah.
Theo
So-
Rain's back in this.
Yeah.
He's getting it done.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to go ahead and refer that to council and see how we can get started on that. Yeah, I thought that was an excellent. And I think already there was, 7 volunteers for training?
Sign me up.
We have more that just didn't attend the meeting, so we probably have at least 10. 10 to
Okay,
12.
you got 11.
Got 11 now.
Chief Butler. You got another one.
Got John Pollard's
JP
back.
in the background, he'll be there too. Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate the chief, but you'll be busy taking care of.
Well, that's true too.
too.
But we always
Be
need
there.
him.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll always need
Also,
him.
You know, the chief
Yeah.
of police too, he's gonna be taken care of, so this way we alleviate them from having to
Yes.
sit and babysit people.
That's
Yeah,
good.
very good, very true. Okay, any other discussion on that, with that? No? Okay, I'm gonna open it up to public comments. Does anybody wanna come up and make a comment? We have a few more minutes left. Who is that? Joy?
So I would just like to kind of get some clarification on some things. Ware Shoals always has a lot of rumors going around. And I don't think we have a lot of good transparency or communication. So Chief, I don't know you, this is not personal, but it's some questions that need to come out, okay, that we would like to know as a town. So basically, what we heard was there was a panel to form to interview the police chief applicants, okay? So why was that panel formed? Because we hadn't done that before.
Well, I think they did have a panel with the council itself. I think that's what, if I'm not mistaken.
They had a outside council before, when we had the last chief, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
When law enforcement goes and they interview the people that they're going to put into positions, they all go against an oral board. And so with that oral board that was formed that night We had 4 people. We had Toby Chappell, Theo Lane, Tim Walker, and Sally Brown. And between all 4 of them, between leadership and law enforcement experience, I know it covered over 70 years of experience. And so that's why they had that. And we just moved forward from there.
And how many applicants per position total?
We had, we started with 9, 4 is what we ended up with, and at the very last few hours, another one had backed out.
So did we hire the number 1 panel's choice?
No, we did not.
Why?
That was up to the council. The council went ahead with the vote.
So what number choice was he on the panel?
Can I say that? I don't know if I could.
That's legal on that.
Well, there were 2 that we interviewed.
3. There
There was 3.
There's 3.
Yeah, 1 backed out, so it was 3.
So it's 3, okay.
Yeah.
So you had 1, 2, where was Chief? Where was he on the?
I'm not really sure
Well,
if,
we didn't really narrow it down to 1, 2, and 3 at
No.
that point. We brought all 3 candidates to council. That's what we did. We brought all 3 candidates, and we didn't make a decision in committee. And we have done that before, not done that in other committees. But we brought all 3 to council, and we discussed all 3 candidates.
not the council.
But bringing the panel in, did they give you like who they thought you should hire?
Yes.
They did not give us a 1, 2, and 3 though.
Yeah, they did.
Did they? I didn't
Yeah, they
realize
did.
they were saying that much. I said
Yeah.
they said with 1.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
But we didn't
So-
bring that. We didn't bring that to council. Though we brought the whole group to council.
Yeah. But they did give their recommendation,
yes.
yeah.
Okay, so was he the first recommendation?
No,
Second?
I don't know if I can go in this far. I don't know. I don't think I can go that. I don't
Okay,
think I
was
can do
there a
that.
checklist completed?
Yeah, we were in executive session with that, so I don't
So
think.
was there a checklist? I know the checklist says they need to be certified, and we discussed having someone certified so that we don't have the money, that we won't have to pay for certification. Background check, credit check, driving. Did we have all these documents before we hired him?
No, we did not.
We did not.
Why?
That was
That was council's decision.
But
council's
you guys
decision.
just discussed that if you're gonna hire an officer, all these documents should be checked. I mean, has he had a, okay, I'm sorry, but Chief, has
No,
he
you're
had a
fine.
background check? Has he been, has SLED cleared him as of now to be
He
on
does,
patrol?
he does have the certifications for that, yes.
And when is his certification up?
I don't know if I could even say that.
I'll answer it.
Okay.
I don't know what's legal and what's
And
not.
this is from Greenwood County. I spoke with them right before I came up here. It expires sometime in November of this year, but I have met my requirements that the academy has laid out, which from Greenwood County told me that would extend my certification for 3 years.
For 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Are those documents in your personnel file that extend?
You had to talk to them. He pulled it up on a Cadus.
I
That's
was
the,
talking to you, not them.
I know, but I'm just telling you all I know. They pulled it up on Cadus, and that's where all the law enforcement documentation and certifications.
I know that.
Okay.
So she's probably saying, you guys did anyone print paperwork out to give it to?
I brought a certification to the police department and give it to the mayor.
Yeah, we have the certification now, yeah.
But do you have it that it's gonna be extended for 3 years? Do you have something that's gonna say that?
It's not expired.
It's not expired as of this point, so
Well, if he has it on a cadence, then he should be able to print it off.
it should be on there.
I did print it off, and it shows it expires in November. Yeah, I guess it will be updated. I don't know how Cadus works. I guess it'll be updated in November to show 3 years extension.
Okay. Because, I mean, we didn't.
I mean, that's just what I was told. I mean,
No, that's okay.
We don't want to pay for another certification.
I understand.
Because our funds are limited. So I'm just curious why this document wasn't, you didn't have this documentation before you made the town council made a decision.
You know, can't keep saying, oh, it was town council. Y'all are town council. Y'all can't keep saying that like it's someone else. It's y'all.
It is us.
It's all of us,
All
not
seven
just
of us.
three. It was
True, we
all of
are part
us.
of it.
It was 7 of us.
That's right.
And it's based on the decision of the council, not the decision of a few, the whole council.
So I guess my question is, in accordance to section 2-54E, no action shall be taken by council or the mayor concerning any matter over which a committee has jurisdiction until the committee has issued its report. Did you guys issue an actual report, and do you guys sign it stating what your recommendations are as a committee?
No, we brought that to council without a recommendation.
Why am I talking about something else?
Just got the timer going.
We chose to take it.
Yeah, we chose to
We
bring it
chose
to
to-
We
council.
chose to take it to full council of the committee.
Because all the candidates were so close together. It wasn't, no one just knocked it out of the park against the other one. They were so close, we wanted the whole council to help make that decision.
Okay, but did you guys come out with a decision and a recommendation for the whole town council to vote on?
No, we did not.
Okay.
We brought the whole group to
We
the
don't
council.
No.
With that, you violated the ordinance, where it shouldn't have gone up to the town council for a vote. So
Until you had all the
technically-
documentation.
So technically, y'all didn't do it correctly. Yes, yes, yes. It even says it right there in the ordinance.
I'll go
Look at it.
I understand that, but it can come from council, and it requires a second. If council does.
Yeah, then it doesn't require the second.
So
Yeah.
But isn't it best to have something in writing though from the subcommittee as to what the recommendations would be?
did the subcommittee recommend it? They did not.
We did.
No.
Someone on council recommended it. This is what we were getting confused. They didn't recommend it.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, we did not, coming from the committee, we did not have a recommendation. So what happened was, then it went to full council, and from full council, that's where they made the motion to vote in Chief Clint.
So I wasn't the number one applicant chosen by the council.
I can't answer that, that just was
You have to ask them
council's.
individually
Yeah, you'd have to
what
do
those
that,
decisions were made.
yeah.
It's a
Well,
it's a
How
number.
does that help, when we ask Greenwood to help us and bring it in, and then they give it to you and you just disregard it and do what you're gonna do? How is that gonna affect Greenwood from wanting to help us at all in the future?
Well,
That's something that people, I'm just saying.
I
the town's
don't
talking, we
disagree.
need more transparency, because if this town wants to trust this town council, we need transparency and answers. I hate to
agree.
say it, but that's, are you in the best interest of this town? And Chief Clamp, this is nothing against you personally. It's just that we as a town want to know things and why. So anyway, that's enough of that. Next question I'd like to ask you is, you know, when someone adds a house, so Ware Shoals, we want to increase and make Ware Shoals a better place, all of us. So when someone adds a house to the list of the town's website for code violations, what is the process that goes through? Because that's another thing that's very vague and not being followed through, it sounds like.
Do you know what it is with would they have to file the complaint online and go through, and then they have had Officer Sibley doing that and following through on the code enforcement, but unfortunately at this time, it's just one officer. Now we have the two, and hopefully we can look more into the code enforcement. I mean, I know that that's like number one on the list for the people in the town would like to get these things done. But unfortunately, right at the moment, we don't have the manpower to have someone just focusing just on the,
And we did have
Code
someone that was.
Greenwood County Code Enforcement used to come and do that, which seemed
I
logical.
think if I'm not
They
mistaken,
haven't done
don't we
it
have
since
to
I've been
call
on
them?
council.
Yeah, we would have to call them and have them help us out, which I know that Sibley was doing that type of thing. Sergeant Sibley was, so.
They haven't done code enforcement since I've been on council. We've done it
When I
ourselves.
was-
Sir?
Did when I was,
Okay, but they didn't since we've been on, but I didn't know about that when you was on.
because there's special training you have to go through in order
Yeah.
to be able to do that, so.
Yeah, and we,
Yeah. Okay.
We'll definitely check into that.
Thing, it doesn't really, it seems like everything's dead in the water and not getting completed. And then if they do get fined, what I hear, the judge just lets it go, and then we're like, why are we going in the circle for years and years and years and nothing's happening?
That's not really true. They pay their fine. We've even had some to go to jail.
But but there's
When
only,
they go to jail, they don't pay the fine though.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
And do they clean up their,
They clean up, they clean at it, I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
And then it's back again, and they find them again. They're usually habitual people.
yeah. Okay? All right. Anybody? Oh,
If it's okay to ask,
Yes.
did you say you're down to 2 officers?
well, we have the chief,
Chief and one more
and then one. Sibley, Officer Sibley. Yeah.
What happened to?
Hyler, his last day, if I'm not mistaken, was the 5th of October, 3rd of October?
Was he let go?
He
moved.
He moved,
Thank you.
yeah. Okay, I'd like to make anything else?
A question. Why are the alarms handled by the fire department, not the police department?
Fire alarms?
I didn't hear.
You just said alarms?
Fire alarms.
It's just fire alarms?
He does.
Yes.
I don't know if any
wasn't
business,
specified.
I guess if a business alarm goes off, it would go to the police department, it would.
We would respond to any
Yeah.
alarm,
Yeah.
whether it's fire,
Yeah.
Yeah.
small town.
But fire, like alarms on businesses should go to you guys,
Yes.
if they got a system, because I know I have, at my house, I have that, and it went off one time, and it was gonna go to the police, and my wife hadn't answered the phone, so
Okay.
she didn't realize she set it off.
Okay. All right, I'd like to make a motion, or somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a
to
motion to
adjourn?
adjourn.
Okay, and Patty second. Okay, all in favor? Okay, meeting adjourned at, what is it, 5:37.